Have you ever wanted to hear the voice of God for yourself? This is more than a story. It is a direct encounter, a journey that ends with a single powerful purpose: to deliver a message from God directly to you. Buried alive, not in dirt, but in betrayal. Joseph hit the bottom of that pit before he could even scream, his own brothers discarding him like trash. But betrayal doesn't stop at silence. It sells. 17 years old, sold into slavery and forgotten, all because of a dream. But what his brothers meant for evil, God was weaving into a shocking twist. A twist that ends with you hearing the answer for betrayal from the voice of God Himself. Joseph, known for his coat of many colors and the love of his father, was gifted with dreams that hinted at a grand destiny. But instead, Joseph's life somehow took a devastating turn. Consumed by jealousy, his own brothers stripped him, threw him into a pit, and then sold him into slavery. One moment a beloved son, the next a discarded piece of property. He ended up in Egypt, forced to live under the rules of his master. But even as he served faithfully in Potiphar's house, injustice struck again. Falsely accused, he was cast into Pharaoh's prison, a place of darkness and forgotten souls. Years passed, years where his anger could have easily consumed him, years of wondering if God had forgotten his promises, if the dreams he had given were nothing but cruel illusions. Yet, even in the depths of that Egyptian prison, Joseph did not let bitterness or despair extinguish his faith. He held on to God, and God, in His perfect timing, was working. Through divine appointments, through interpretations of dreams, the Lord began to elevate Joseph, moving him from the pit to the palace, second in command over all of Egypt. And when famine struck the land, who was it that held the keys to survival? It was none other than Joseph. Even the very brothers who had sold him into slavery now came before him, desperate for grain, without even realizing the powerful Egyptian ruler as the boy they had once betrayed. But in that moment of ultimate vindication, when Joseph could have exacted revenge, when he could have let years of stored-up pain and anger erupt, he chose a different path. He chose forgiveness. But the secret of why his story matters to you comes not from a man, but from God Himself. Look at the story of Joseph. He felt the pain of betrayal, the hopelessness of abandonment. Even the people closest to him let him down. But he never lost faith in me. When you cry out to me, "My God, where are you in this?" my answer is the same for you as it was for Joseph. I have never left you or forsaken you. Joseph endured the suffering, the pit, the chains, the lies. But my plans for him were much greater than those setbacks. For I am a God who beautifully weaves all things together for good, for those who love me. Joseph had every right to desire justice and exact vengeance, but he chose grace. He showed mercy. He looked at the men who broke him and only saw others in need of saving. Do you not see the echo of my own heart in that story? For my beloved son was also betrayed, falsely accused, and condemned by injustice. He endured the sting of sin and death, so that you my child, would never have to. For I am the God who takes what was meant for evil and turns it for good. So fear not the pain of letting go, for in forgiveness you step into the very freedom that was bought for you. I am your Redeemer. I am your healer, and I make all things new.
The story of Joseph is a promise that even in the deepest pit, God is weaving a plan for your good. If this message has spoken to your heart, subscribe to Hear God Now and join us for the next story and the next message God has waiting for you. And most importantly, always remember to read the Word for yourself so you can truly hear God now.